Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I am with my mod.
Hello.
And I realized I forgot to do this last time. We are Sugar and Spice and nothing at all nice. Please forgive either of us if we sound under the weather. It's really cold. We got hit with a really bad snowstorm. We have allergies.
I might actually be getting sick.
Yeah, Mod had to go shovel snow like 4 times in the span of 2 days. So, but yeah, so forgive us if we sound a little off-kilter. We're all right. Forgive us if we sound under the weather, says chat. We are literally under the weather. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. We're buried under several inches of weather. Send help. Yeah, I had to pull my car into the garage for all the snow to melt off, and it was just making giant whoosh noises. So yeah. But yeah, but we are finally in day 1 of Court for Rise from the Ashes. So the chief prosecutor, the chief prosecutor is on trial. Miles has to prosecute his superior, even though he's kind of under the gun himself. Metaphorically this time instead of literally. And yeah, Nick is pretty salty about everything, and he's just kind of angsting around. So, fun times everywhere. I didn't take the starting soon screen off. That's fantastic. I'm a professional. It's been running for a minute 30, minute 40 now. Good. All right.
Woohoo!
Let's go. I'm so dumb. I am professional.
Oh, we're dumb together.
Yes. We ask each other every single day when one of us does something stupid, why are you friends with me? Oh, I adjusted my volume settings again because I re-listened back and I was actually a little quiet. So sorry about the tech shooting in the episodes. I just want to make sure I'm even with Katie and not overriding or quieter than her. So
how did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her.
That's why you two broke up amicably.
And that is? You're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time.
You sure Mia's not, standing beside you at the bench in the astral plane, screaming in your ear?
I can hear her sometimes.
Yeah.
She's calling me an idiot. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Hi, hello, here. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. I'm here. Not chop liver. I'm here scientifically.
Thank you, Emma.
I love how Nick's like, I'll be all alone, and Emma's right there. I'm like, boy, I know you miss Maya and Mia, but like, come on. Look at this little cutie. Emma's so sweet. court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright.
I can be professional. I'm professional.
Only when you wish to be.
I'm professional.
You never gave me a rebuttal. You're only denying it. Chad yelling, "You are babies!" I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen.
Haven't I seen you somewhere? Oh, hang on. Got that guide open. Okay.
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have the Fiesta Bowl. Thanks.
Do I get one, Mr. Wright?
Wait, do you want this?
Oh, are you hungry?
Not really.
I'll hold on to it and we'll split it, okay?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Okay. Will the witness state her name and profession once the defense is done talking amongst themselves?
We're never done talking, Edgeworth. Just to annoy you.
The witness may continue, overriding the defense.
And you, sir? You ordered the fingerprint lunchbox.
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Ugh. Ugh. Aji, why? Why do you say these things?
Because he's old.
That's no excuse. That's quite literally no excuse. Oh my lord. Blah. Okay, sorry. Also, anyone, again, who hasn't seen Ace Attorney and is watching this at any point, is gonna find out why we call him Aji, I think today.
Yes, today.
So, don't sound too excited now.
I'm sorry.
Don't sound like you're clapping your hands in glee. Don't sound like me during, Turnabout Goodbyes. How dare you? How dare you be excited?
Let me just rein it all in again.
No, never rein in your excitement. I did this to you. I got you hooked on Ace Attorney. Me!
This is all your fault.
After you got me into JoJo's, Vocaloid, and, what's the third life-changing thing? I always forget one.
Back into Kingdom Hearts?
Back into Kingdom Hearts, that's what it was. That's why I was drawing a blank, because I went back into Kingdom Hearts.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Tickled tapioca.
Pickled tapioca. That's what I almost said, but I realized that was wrong. It sounds better than pickled, though.
Right, are you thinking about tickling tapioca? I can't even do it.
What was that?
I thought we got the giggles out in the last session. Nope.
Edgeworth.
Goodbye.
What the hell was that?
Goodbye. Mr. Wright, you like zoned out for a minute. Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not.
Mr. Edgeworth's fine. He's been acting fine.
Alright.
Nick's just like coming down with a cold.
What is this, like, different plane of existence I go on to sometimes?
Oh, welcome to walking the line of the fourth wall, Nick. Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Oh, I have a perfect reason to eat my biscuit. Holy shit, thank you, Angel!
Yeah, I never thought I'd hear the day you said those words.
I know. Not a big fan.
Hurry it up!
Don't tell me what to do, Mr. Wright. Hang on, let me actually get...
Jesus fucking Christ. What is going on today?
Don't tell me what to do, Mr. Wright.
Ugh.
I will eat this crunchy caviar as much as I want. Mmm. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Ah! I know who you are. Cough up?
Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes?
And the crime took place at a car at the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. The floor plans. Let's take a look at those. Sorry,
Hope y'all are enjoying the sultry tones of Angel Starr.
Yes. I have to start getting used to checking evidence as soon as I get it.
Yes.
Because that's how you actually play Ace Attorney. Okay. And it's been a while. 3 years. And I actually don't know Rise from the Ashes as well as I do the rest of the game. Because it's so convoluted. I know the outcome. I'm like, I remember bits and bobs of it, but the intricate details, I do not always remember. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
Oh, Angel. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr.
Wait! Are you talking about me?
Sure are, Nick.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come.
Sorry, I heard that Freudian slip, and I know what inspired your angel voice, and it just... It made me giggle.
What?
I heard your Freudian slip when you were voicing, and I know what,
I stuttered, but okay.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what I heard.
Okay. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy end of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Don't worry about it, chat. I misheard her completely due to me knowing what the inspiration for Angel's voice was, and it made me giggle. She is fine. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Nice Monty Python reference.
Thank you. I like watching it. Lana and I watched it a lot together.
Aw.
Yeah. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. That's actually a very wholesome image.
That is. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of a crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Happily married. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So, she was in Blee block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
You sensed something. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? I felt like... How would you say? Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Yeah, me neither, OG.
Speaking of a detective's intuition... Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes. Well, he was like a young cheese.
Young cheese?
Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match.
Hang on.
Okay, biscuit time. Oh, yes. Hello, Drax.
In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean... Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
What is everyone's problem with my car? It's red.
I'm just repeating her words.
I'm not talking about you, Wright, but everyone seems to have a problem with my car. It's simply red.
It's more of a wine, but yeah.
Regardless, it is a red color. Red isn't a garish color.
No, it's a sharp one.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, this lunchbox is divided.
Incidentally, the knife which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Are you eating the lunchbox already?
I just need a bite. I nervous eat when I'm hungry. Or,
Okay.
You see
it's
what
okay,
I mean?
Emma.
You see what I mean, Mr. Wright?
It's okay.
I eat when I get
Okay.
nervous.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo...
You're taking lines from me again.
Ergo... I would really like to continue my sentence. You are a biased witness.
Are you trying to defend my honor? In court?
Biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crisp on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism?
I might be relegated to lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than you just hanging around your neck.
Note to self, you can hide cameras in unsuspecting things. Okay. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You'd think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works at the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Ah, now I'm remembering exactly why I don't like Angel. Isn't that technically obstruction? You're withholding key evidence or testimony? Isn't that technically obstruction?
Nah, technically, but not in Ace Attorney world. Because it has to be endorsed by either a prosecutor or the police.
Yeah, and she was former police, and
therefore she has an in with everyone there who can endorse it.
It just makes me so mad because she didn't give it to Edgeworth. Because she's like, I don't like you, and I'm like, he didn't do anything to you.
Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye.
Oh, Chad agrees with me. So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Tell me more about this knife that you suspect that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It's your knife, after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would be a better metaphor.
So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see.
I mean, to be fair, it's a quick action. She had no opportunity to be like, she was behind the fence. What was she gonna do?
I mean, yell.
Yeah, to spook her, but, I mean, that might not have worked.
Yeah.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else? Any other quotes?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness abyss, shall we? For some reason, having her panic next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
Sorry.
Okay, so we've pressed her on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get the photo
Let's
of
look.
Lana? Yeah.
Yes, we did. And that looks like she's got blood on her already.
Right.
So she took that picture, or she saw it, or yeah, she took the picture.
After
Yeah.
the crime. She prosecuted holding a knife in her hand. She's arrested.
But yes, but she said she got a picture of the moment of the crime.
Right, but that's not in here.
Yeah, but that's what she passed off that piece of evidence as.
Right, so we have to present it at the statement where she presented it, or where we got that bit of info from.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Standing next to a garish car. Holding a knife in her right hand.
But that picture doesn't show her holding anything.
A knife, yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like the inconsistency there. Well,
I'm not going to give you the answers for this case, but I will point you in the right direction.
this is also why I don't really remember Rise from the Ashes, because it gets really tricky. Alright. Ah, music stop, I win.
And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Also, why does she have gloves on and somehow cut her palm, but, you know. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Yeah, that's what always trips me up. I'm like, but it was taken after the stabbing, so where the fuck do present?
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. That feels so weird to say that in a sultry tone.
Is it spatter or splatter?
Oh, yeah, either one.
Well, there is a correct term for it. I thought
Yeah, I
it
know.
was, yeah, I don't remember. Anyway. Did you do Nick's confused, huh?
Huh?
Oh, okay. I didn't remember if you did or not. I didn't just want to move on.
See the dark crimson stains on Chief Prosecutor's coat?
No, because it's in sepia. Yeah.
This is a black and white photograph!
Black and white to sepia. Ah, yes. It's
No,
hot
this is monochrome, not sepia.
Mm.
Sepia is browns.
Yes, well, it looks more brownish than black and white to me, but... Ah,
Nope,
yes.
This is monochrome.
Yes, it's hard to It's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem. Except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea?
Alright, this is where we choose...
Object!
This is where... No.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for achievements. This is how we get the first love lunchbox. No problem.
Now that you mention it, I see no problem here. Other than myself.
Mr. Wright, you can't just let him walk all over you. That's just sad.
Feeling sad, Mr. Wright? Perhaps a bittersweet first love lunchbox is in order.
Well, that was a waste of time. No, it was not. I am one step closer to that achievement. Let's continue with the testimony.
Perhaps I should have dug a little deeper.
You can't hand that out with Miles right there.
Yeah, they're gonna start fighting over it.
Don't make him jealous of a Game 3 character. Oh, shit. Oh! So we've got to present all that shit again.
Yep.
Alright. Well, it gives me more time to eat my biscuit, so... It was not a waste of time, Udgy. I have time to eat. Ah! Okay, now we object.
Hang on. Sorry. Wait. That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
Oh, you cut out.
That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order second. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try to order a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony. A new statement.
Yep. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
I'll press you on that.
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like, driving gloves?
Like a classy-ass woman? Hell yeah. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, She came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ugh.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking...
Oh, sorry, hang on, my internet. Okay, you gotta reread that.
She got them thinking this was all planned.
Okay, thanks. Sorry. I can tell when it's my internet because my my upload speed will drop and you'll like fade out for a second.
Yeah. If she can prove this claim, this trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that it wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. Okay. Okay. So that's the statement we need to present on, obviously, because it's new. Premeditated, the gloves prove it.
Yeah, but if it's premeditated, why didn't she bring a weapon?
Yeah, that would have taken me a while. My brain went to Emma's, like, calling Emma, and I'm like, that's not right.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. And that's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, our prosecutor's bad.
Are the prosecutors bad? Two kids at the same time asking.
We're very bad off-sounding twins.
The defense has a request.
Everyone shut the fuck up.
Quit making fun of Miles Edgeworth.
My
best friend.
My boy's best friend.
We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
Oh my. Order, order, order.
Look, I said enjoy the sultry tones.
I know.
Great. Now the tides are turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing?
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are nothing to be underestimated.
Neither are mine.
Really now? Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way out to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
It was a single stab wound, I believe.
Yep.
Let me double check that.
With the autopsy report!
The actual good autopsy report. Also, blood from chest wound. A single stab wound was found. Yep. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Is no one going to talk about that little zinger Emma had? Because I love that.
No, no one is, unfortunately.
That's so good.
I know. Nick's more alarmed, like, Emma?
Yeah,
Are you planning on killing him? Don't do that!
What? No, I'm on your side, Mr. Wright. I'm trying to get my sister scot-free. That's my point. Ordering a pizza doesn't mean I intend to kill the delivery boy. It just means I ordered a pizza.
Okay. Just had to double check.
Really?
Yes, I'm a little on edge right now.
I can tell.
You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie.
I do like her anger sprite.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also love the hair flip. That is really cool. As much as I don't really care for Angel, just her design is really cool, and I love what they do with her sprite. It was really, really nifty. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Now please, let me finish this lunchbox she gave me.
No.
Try not to interrupt her or my eating again. This is the last bite.
Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, all right, and it's you.
Amen, Nick. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet.
Hey!
Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim?
Her actions speak for themselves. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't.
Okay, a playground argument. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye's phone.
They might have written him a letter.
With how the USPS handles things?
Come on! You could have at least tried public phone first, at least.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
Finding one of those would have been quicker.
Uh-huh. In any case, the victim came down to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. A witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day?
What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agree that there's a lunchbox there, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
That's not the line from Forrest Gump. Sorry. My brain just immediately went to Tom Hanks.
Wow.
What?
Every time I hear Forrest Gump, I just think of my Chinese teacher.
What?
Okay.
No, story time. Hang on, pause. What?
So, when she was learning English, she absolutely hates the movie Forrest Gump, because when she was learning English, they each had to pick a movie at the time that was, like, super relevant, and she ended up getting first dibs, so she was like, why not Forrest Gump? That's just the most popular movie at the time. And she had to dissect it with all the English and pick out, like, stuff, and she was just like,
no.
She's like, I can recite that entire movie. I hate it. I never want any of you to ever tell me that life is like a box of chocolates. I will kick you out of this class. And then she proceeded to quote, like, an entire 2 minutes from that, and we were just like, holy crap. She's like, I hate that movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Chat says, oh god, and learning English from those accents. And I was just going to say, did she have to, like, dissect the different dialects and accents they had as well? Oh,
yep, that was part of the assignment.
God.
Was to be able to, like, pick out different accents and everything of English and dialects of English.
Because Chinese is a very tonal language, so of course they would place importance on learning different dialects and stuff.
Yeah.
Not because I have anything against Southern accents, but it must have been so hard to hear. No, I agree. Southern accents can be very thick sometimes. I mean, we sound weird to people that are, like, we sound weird to, like, people on, like, the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, on the East Coast, I've heard, you know, like, oh my gosh, bagel.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, bagel, a bagel. Or some people call water fountains bubblers. And I'm like, ah. So, yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's why that movie always reminds me of my Chinese teacher.
That's fantastic. That was a fantastic segue. Thank you. I'm being sincere in that. That was fantastic. Oh, an actual conversation overheard in a restaurant in the Carolinas. What do you want to drink? What Coke? What kind of Coke? Sprite? Yeah. Yeah, when I visited my my ex in the South, whenever I said Coke and I just meant Coke, they were like, "What kind of Coke?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like Coca-Cola." Like, I would have to specify. Yeah, it's in the South as well. It's, yeah, Appalachia in the South. Yep. It's great and infuriating. But also why? Yeah, exactly. It's great and infuriating. Dialects and stuff are very fun. I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. It was very tasty. I just finished, by the way.
Or did you resume?
Yes.
Okay. This judge isn't very good with metaphors.
I didn't pause it, actually, so that whole thing is going up on YouTube.
That's fantastic.
That whole like segue is going up on YouTube. I didn't say I'm gonna pause the recording. That was live, baby. Everybody now knows why your old Chinese teacher does not like Forrest Gump. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this?
It's simple. A human machine? That's a contradiction.
Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sighs smell like citrus fruit.
What?
What, you...
How close was he that you could smell his size?
I think he just drank a really strong tea.
I couldn't smell anything. What is with your nose?
Scientifically, I have a really good nose. I have a really good sense of smell.
Okay.
He was drinking citrus tea.
You said again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly?
Nick's like, don't think about how he smells like citrus.
We often say chopped into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me?
Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that.
Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people.
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know?
Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, would it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and really even the shortest wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay, so obviously that's what we have to...
Now we present my new favorite thing.
The autopsy report! Shit. I hit check instead of present. Good job. There we go.
You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh. Thank you.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted the knife, I thought I saw blood on her breast. Splattered blood from the victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always has one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at the moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Not the hanging part. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait. Isn't that odd that you mistook that for a splatter of blood?
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels
so much like a kindergarten sometimes.
And also because you and Mr. Edgeworth squabble like kindergartners.
Not denying that.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance.
Chance for what, I wonder? Yep, here we go.
Okay. So... that photo, she didn't have the red muffler. I remember this.
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Miles, stop stealing your partner's thunder. Look,
Yeah.
Let him have this. Miles isn't doing too hot. The whole gallery is pretty much calling it Miles a murderer at this point. Just let him have it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver?
But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Do you, though, Angel? Because all you've been doing is wasting my fucking time. This is why she makes me so mad. Because she's just a more gorgeous version of Lotta. She's just here to waste the day of court. And I'm like...
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part.
The part where your sister stabbed the victim. The next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
I have 2 more wrong answers, Nick, so I don't know. Oh no, we've got the nice base in the back now.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake, but bite like a cobra.
They're
Aren't
both...
those both snakes?
Yeah, they're both snakes, Angel.
That's me, Angel Starr.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake.
I feel bad that, like, we're kind of all dunking on Angel here, but, like, damn.
Don't bother me with details, unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Nick is to Danny what Polly is to me. Calling out the snark 0.05 seconds before it happens. That does happen with me and Nick a lot. I think it happens with Katie more, though.
Yeah.
Katie can pretty much call out, like, or on her first playthrough, she pretty much calls out what Nick or Ryunosuke is going to say right before it happens. When she was playing through Dai, she was like, oh my god, but blah, blah, blah. Then Ryunosuke was like, but blah, 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 in his just sweet little voice. And she was like, oh. And I'm like, told you. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
It's not poisonous snake. Oh, never mind.
It's venomous, Emma, honey.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum.
Like a boss.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Yes, I did it. Let's move on.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Yes. I just DM'd her something very inappropriate.
Oh, no. Holy shit. I told you, enjoy the sultry tones.
I know. You do sultry well. I could not do sultry like that. I very much commend you. Also, you don't have the same kind of vitriol for Angel that I do.
No, I don't.
So, we were actually very careful about that when we were, a quick aside, when we were talking about characters. Because, again, Katie has, like, certain vitriol for characters that I don't. Like, there's a defendant in Game 2 that she can't really stand that much. And I don't mind him. So I'm like, oh, I'll take him. But, like, when it came to Angel, I was like, one, I think you do sultry better, and two, I don't like her. So...
Yeah, I was even like, I'll take Angel because I don't ask your hatred.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be fair to the character to be, like, quite... Like, I still want to do Angel's, like... even if I don't really like her character, I still want to do her justice. It's not fair for me to just, like, voice her like she's a moron, just because I think she wastes day in court. Like, that's not fair. That's why, again, with Lotta, I still treat it more seriously, even though Lotta can very much frustrate me. But I can deal with Lotta. For a short period of time. She like her name says, she has she has a lot of heart. She's good people, but anyway. She's a bit much.
So, where is this partition on the floor plan?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high.
That's 6 feet? I'm taller than that wall.
Yeah, it's about 6 feet. I can see it.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm a little bit taller than that wall. All right.
She was obviously trying to hide herself.
How are you so tall? I forgot. Jeans. My dad was 6'4". My mom's 5'10". My dad had a long torso and short legs. My mom has a short torso and long legs, and I got long legs and a long torso. Hello, I am told.
Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her at the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details.
I think we're good to press her on this, or no, if we want to get the
Yeah, we
patooey on
press her.
rice. Well, to get the patooey on rice.
Oh, then we don't press her.
Because we're faced with 3 options on that. Let's go through first,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and press her. Because I know we need to press her on that. Because I know what the contradiction is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know which one. I don't remember which ones have to get the patooey on rice. You have the guide. I do not.
Yeah, it just says when faced with 3 options, choose what she saw. This is incorrect, and you will be penalized.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, I think that's a little later on, but yeah.
Okay.
Guess I could just look at this picture to find out. Very well. You may continue with your testimony.
Yeah, I know exactly what the contradiction is here. The fucking fence was in the way.
She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean. Miss Sky's cell phone. The last number she called was her sister, Emma. If I press this too hard, who knows who the snake will bite.
Don't worry, that's a tricky one. I had to read it a couple of times over. I was like, what the fuck? The witness may continue with her testimony.
So you never saw this muffler?
Witness? As the photograph proves, she couldn't have seen it.
That's true.
Miss Starr is acting strangely. First she mistakes a scarf for blood splatter, and now she says she didn't see any scarf.
She doesn't strike me as the kind of witness to make a careless mistake, either. Just what did Miss Starr see when she was down in that parking lot? She made to escape. Can you be more specific?
She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a...
Oh god, fuck. I was not expecting French.
I was like, this is your jam!
pate of foie gras.
Very nice. I can't do any French whatsoever, so you have my soft golf applause.
I was not expecting French.
I know like bonjour and merci and parlez-vous français, but I don't parlez-vous français. No parlez-vous
Oui, je
français.
parle français.
No. Hablo español. Un poquito, pero hablo español.
No hablo español. Huh?
It just sounds like he's confused at us.
She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
Like a badass. I'm sorry, in that pencil skirt that Lana has, kicking over an oil drum like that is awesome.
An oil drum.
And those heels. Oh, and here's Miri in the chat with Japanese. And there was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other... Ah! The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries.
I wish we could have solved a few before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run.
I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
Not as sorry as I am.
But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Okay. Now let's start pressing her.
Yeah, back to second statement.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I was on the second statement. Yeah, 30 feet away, blah, blah, blah. Yes, press.
I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was Excuse me, Wright.
Fine, go ahead.
She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes.
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken a little time to climb over the fence, especially in that dress. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too.
Also, especially in the dress that she has. Like, not shaming her outfit, it's just the practicality of it. Angel's outfit is very... I like the flow of it. It's very cool. It's just... That's always bugged me, that she's like, I climbed it like a spider monkey, and I'm like, Angel, what the fuck?
So how did Miss Sky not get away?
Okay. So that's all we got out of that. Yeah, now we have to... Oh, the muffler.
Statement.
Yeah, the muffler.
Yep.
And probably shoot ourselves in the foot with those implications.
By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the scene of the crime?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory is like a salmon headed upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
How could you have seen that? There was a wall in the way.
Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Lana's cell phone updated. The word muffler was overheard to a call made to Emma at 5:18. New statement.
New statement,
Yeah.
I saw it all. How she tried to use the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell phone instead.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies.
I've been a prosecutor for 4 years, going on 5. Thank you.
The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and then ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket.
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
Huh? What is it, Mr. Wright? Okay, so we have to present the floor plans. Because they show the wall. That wall is right in the fucking way. There's no way she saw that. Music stop.
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you'd been my knight in shining armor, prosecutor?
Don't thank me.
I'm not. You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Look at this floor plan here. You said you witnessed the crime at this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Miss Skye making a phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Air's cornered.
What?
Order! What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunches. She's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get it wrong.
Guess what we're gonna do, Nick?
God damn it.
We're gonna fucking get it wrong. Okay, when faced with three options, choose what she saw? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because where she saw it is the correct one.
yeah.
So, yeah.
She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Skye using the emergency phone.
It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical.
What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox.
Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Starr lie like that?
Huh?
Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant?
Oh. Dang, she's right.
I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here.
You ordered the patooey on rice, right?
There we go. Ah, okay. We get the other wrong answer here as well. Okay. Mr. Wright, and I thought you had something there.
Ugh. One more try.
2 more tries, Nick, sorry. I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Okay. Well, we're gonna get it wrong again, Nick. The order of events.
Do you ever feel like you just aren't in control of your own body?
No? Mr. Wright, are you okay?
I don't think so. She lied about the order of events. Miss Skye used the emergency phone before the murder.
I see. I hadn't thought of that.
Took the wind out of her sails.
Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you again, but why would anyone use the emergency phone before the murder?
Huh?
Just when you think he can't sink any lower, he amazes us. I applaud you, Mr. Wright.
You ordered the orange peel lunchbox, right?
I guess that teaches me to get excited. That teaches me to not get excited before the evidence.
One more try. Just one more. I got it.
The time turner. He just flips the time turner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slides it under the desk.
No one saw anything.
Judge is like, I remember. I see everything.
Are you sucking out more souls?
I must maintain my youth, Mr. Wright.
I get it. Just don't tell anyone about the time turner.
You have made a Faustian bargain.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I hope, but I'm reminding you that you did.
I know. I'm fine with that.
The creepy judge voice is good. Aw. I don't mean to make him sound creepy. He's just a sweet old man. I have gotten more of a rhythm to Aji, though, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Have I? Or has he been still wildly inconsistent?
No, he's been very consistent.
Okay.
We've been able to switch to him very quickly.
Oh, thank God. Because before he was like, the judge knows about the sins that created the Blue Badger.
Shit.
Oh, dear. It's gonna get fucked up in Game 5 when I go from a very British prosecutor to,
judge.
the judge, because I can't stop that. Okay. Now, okay, we've gotten every achievement that we needed to get related to, related to Lunchbox Specialist, for this part. So, we should just get it on, I think, the next investigation day, so.
No, last investigation day.
The last investigation day, of course, they cock block us. Alright, where she saw it.
Where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to have lied about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least hear me. At least let me tell it.
Children, let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright.
I'm clever.
I know what you did.
Crap. Nothing.
Just
I'm behaving.
Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard until now points to this one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed the crime was here.
Oh, shit. Okay, so she saw Bruce get stabbed, and Bruce was stabbed... Was she testifying Bruce was stabbed here or here? I can't remember.
It's by the cars where he was stabbed.
Okay. So... Oh, but she could have seen that all from the security room, though. If I recall correctly, it's the security room. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because we can't really afford to get more penalties now, because we took those hits for the Achievo.
Yeah, because she was with her boyfriend.
Yeah,
there.
her one boyfriend that isn't Jake or the photographer in Criminal Affairs.
And the other person in another. She has like 5 of them.
She has 3. She said. She has the one in the security booth.
She has more than 3.
Jake. She claims she has 3. She claims that she has the security.
She doesn't want them getting jealous.
Them, Jake, the security guard, Jake, and then the guy in Criminal Affairs.
This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room. Indeed, the security guard room is in the underground parking lot blah, 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 blah. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. I am very tired. I mean, he probably is. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't have parked in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime would... and the back of the partition is here. Remember, in your testimony, you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr.
Oh, how the turns have tabled. Order, order, witness. Much like a professional DJ. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure that justice prevails.
The guilty? She's talking about Miss Skye.
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
Why didn't you bring that up with Lotta? Nick, please.
I was very distressed.
Okay, fair.
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must be a vital difference, but what? What would have changed?
It's the angle of the view to the crime.
It's the distance from the crime.
Oh, it's the distance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because she got an up-close shot from B block. But
Yeah.
she was in...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That's why it's the angle of the crime, due to where Miles was parked.
Yeah, but there's actually an angle question, or there's an angle option.
Oh, so I jumped from point A. I jumped ahead again.
Yeah, it's the distance.
Okay, my brain went from point A to D.
Yeah.
Okay, without connecting the dots. Okay, distance to the crime.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. I feel so stupid because I'm like, man, I've played these games so much, and then I'm just like,
And then there's me who plays this case so fucking much.
I don't remember. But like, oh my gosh. This is like, I'm not lying. This is just legitimately what happens when I play Ace Attorney. I start getting the answers way too quickly and I get stupid because I'm like, oh, it's this. And the game's like, no, you have to build up to that, dummy. I'm like, oh, right. Sorry. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it took for her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Well, witness?
You.
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of her lunches have gone from low to inedible.
Mr. Wright, we shouldn't take that one.
No.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch to with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
I will say she can haul ass at heels. Very impressed.
That's why I had to go through the visitor's park.
You cut out, I'm sorry.
That's why I had to go through the visitor's parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have evidence to stop this?
I mean, we have to.
Raise an objection.
We always have, well, not always.
5 minutes between 5 minutes between witnessing of a murder and the arrest? Think about it.
Oh, no, the murder was at 5:15, but the call went off at 5:18, so yeah.
You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
I've got lunchboxes I got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5-minute blink. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I'd guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yeah!
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of a professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. I hear you vibrating. Oh no, not yet.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid reels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to
Hey.
say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! I'll take these leftovers to my grandkids. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony.
That's super cute.
I love Aji. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. I mean, he's stuffed himself on 2 calamari lunchboxes.
Caviar, but yes.
You're sorry, caviar.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
Angel, it's been an hour and a half, please.
What is she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time?
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
Slowly screams into a pillow.
And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matches the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch.
Sorry. Line.
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
While I have fun with Angel, I don't like rereading lines over and over.
I'm sorry! Blame the shitty weather. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, Angel, let's you and me step outside into the courtroom parking lot, or the court parking lot.
That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
He thinks you're a pathological liar, ma'am.
Methinks she has a lot of boyfriends that she's hiding from the others.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
No. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty pissed off.
Nice ad-lib. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Victim shoe, white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. The photo passed muster because she got it approved by another boyfriend in criminal affairs.
Yep.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. I feel like I'm in a time loop. You haven't been touching that time turner, have you?
No, I haven't, Your Honor. Not anymore. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blink means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
You're listing shit that is casting those kind of lights on you, Angel. Just saying.
This when the suspect has admitted she did it?
Yeah, thank you, Nick. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime.
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really.
In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. So you can be thrown in jail for it, because this is inexcusable.
So you brought it to the forensics department.
If you're going to submit anything as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with a little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And the blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
You can't say for sure that the blood belongs to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types of all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so
Emma.
I hear.
Emma, we're trying to save your sister.
Yes, but
Don't bring that up.
You're scientifically incorrect. We need to prove her innocent with science, Mr. Wright. That's how we win this.
Let's continue. That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten a DNA test results. But they said they would, there's very little doubt it could have been anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Oh, Nick is a fan of puns. Chat. Nick is a fan of saying cheesy and or bad puns.
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
Ugh.
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water that to make a whole vat of soup.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem!
Yeah, there has to be.
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say this is one critical problem. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eye. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you your peppered fish guts now. But you can't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Ah, yes, we get to investigate.
The problem?
I can't... Oh my god. I can't examine.
Nope, we have to present.
Okay. The problem is the bottom of it, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. There's not supposed to be blood on the bottom if it was just spatter from when he was stabbed.
Yep.
Also, this is Ace Attorney Land chat, so the realism of law doesn't quite apply here. Yeah, the victim straight up stepped in his own blood? Take that! Well, yeah, it's a satire of the Japanese law system.
I wonder if you noticed that there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of his shoe?
Let's take a look at the crime scene photo again. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's no blood.
Yep. Only on Lana's coat.
Mm-hmm. The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why isn't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime?
Aha!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. The contradiction, that contradicts your claim about the shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, order, order. Well, witness?
What? Huh?
Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh.
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What? I see. Now I get it.
At what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one, like a leopard woman. Rawr.
Yes, I did it again. Let's move on.
You had to read it again. Twice in one episode. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? Huh. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth.
The feeling is mutual.
Though, apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belts in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water?
What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Ah!
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
That's prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me. Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Starr is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well. I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia.
Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
Mia once again screaming from the astral plane. Just wanting to bonk him in the head with a 2x4.
This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait!
What is it with you people? Can't I just hand down my verdicts in peace anymore?
No!
Whatever it is, can it wait?
No! No, it can't! Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah! I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Oh boy, okay.
I mean, muffler seemed pretty important.
Oh, that's right, that's where the muffler is. I was looking over at, like, the knife and everything, and I remembered when she mentioned the muffler too, I was like, that's right, it's in the car pipe, but I thought we got it on the... Well,
it's in the muffler of the car.
Oh, I thought we got it on, the investigation day. I thought that's where we first spotted it. I forgot, because this case is very, very long.
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf or any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
Huh. So there was something sticking out of the muffler. What does it have to do with this crime? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Sky.
Sky.
But it's not going to be Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. Sorry, Miss Sky, I'm getting you off.
Nick?
Of murder. God damn it. Why is everyone so perverted?
Because I'm your conscience, Nick.
Let's continue.
Did you read the line? I don't.
In fact, you've already told us what this is important. Why? God damn.
It's okay.
God damn it.
It's
In
okay.
fact, you've already told us why this is important to this case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. We have the photograph, right? Because Lana doesn't have the muffler. No?
No, she was talking about it on the phone.
On the... Right! The word muffler. Fucking damn it, sorry. I went back to examine instead of present. When I see enter, I'm like, yes, that.
Take that!
There we go.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony to the court.
Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler.
Could it be that the muffler that you heard mentioned was actually the exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of evidence is wow. I'm getting tired now.
It's okay. We're almost at a breaking point, I think.
That means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
So you can reboot.
I'm not doing that.
It's okay. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. Poor Edgeworth, he doesn't have his car.
No,
Poor Miles.
He's probably getting driven around by Gumshoe.
Oh, well, yeah, because Gumshoe has nothing to do, because he's been kicked off the case. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all.
He's still hungry?
Like I said, break time. Yes, save the progress. Okay. Let's see. There's a cutscene somewhere of Herschel Layton being driven around in his own car, herking and jerking around like mad, and he's just calmly reading and holding his hat. And that's how I imagine Miles in Gumshoe's car. Miles is probably just like tempering his like he's reining in his temper because he's annoyed that it's jerking around because he's probably trying to read. But anyway, that's not going to do for this recording, but that's going to do for this YouTube episode. So, those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. We are going to take a small break to let our brains recharge. So this has been Danny.
And Katie.
And we hope you guys are having a good time with Rise from the Ashes. So thank you very much and take it easy.